Hello and welcome to Sausage Roll Experiments. Today we are doing a spice test. We are testing whether the crushed chili or powdered chili is more effective at bringing a sausage roll to life. So we're going to do two batches. We're not going to bother with the control today because it's not a case of does it make it better, it's a case of which spice works better. So we've got our sausage meat, we've got our chili powder, we've got our crushed chili. I'm also going to add some flavours to just make the flavour generally better. The sausage meat already has salt, some pepper and nutmeg. We're not going to add any additional salt because it's already too much. I'm going to add a little bit of cracked black pepper. I'm going to add a little bit of smoked paprika to each of them. I have prepared a egg wash with a little bit of paprika in as well. That is to give it colour, to give it a bit of smokiness. So we want this not only to be a spice test, we want this to be delicious. So let's get down to it. So we're just going to split the sausage meat roughly equal. So get that into the bowl. I'm going to add our various bits and pieces of spices. I'm just going to try and keep my hands reasonably clean. So to start off, we are going to go for the smoked paprika. Now, we don't need loads of this. This is just to give it a bit of flavour. We're going to go for about, say, a third of a teaspoon now. And that's that done. I'm going to add a few grinds of black pepper to each of these. This isn't a black pepper test. In the previous episode we did use some black pepper and it enhanced things massively, so we are just going to leave it as we are just going to add a little in. So now we're going to add our chili flakes. Now I'm not measuring these out, I'm just going to use feeling basically. So quite a lot went in there, and we've got this hot chili. Obviously if you don't like, you always get a milder chili if you choose. I'm not going to go too much with this, so I'm going to go about half a teaspoon. Actually no, I'll do a little bit extra. So I'll be able to tell at the end whether I should have used more or less of the chili. Obviously I'll feed that back. Now I am told a little drop of oil will help bring out the flavours of the chilies. So we will add that. I have to admit that does feel off, considering how fatty the sausage meat is already, but you know, we are here to try. Now I am aiming for 8 total here from this batch, 4 of each type of sausage roll. So have I forgot? I'm just making sure I've got everything in. I have. So let's get straight into this. We're just going to mix it by hand. I just want a roughly even distribution of the spices within the sausage meat here. So doesn't need to be perfect, but we don't want any plain bits, or we don't want anything that's overly spicy necessarily. Okay. So we're going to split this 4 ways. So we'll just get our pre-prepared squares of pastry. So this is the cheapest I could get. I paid a grand total of £1.25 for this sheet. Okay. So we want to spread this as evenly as we can. I will need to wash my hands after. Look roughly even? I think it does. Right, so let's get this in appropriate shape. Obviously you can measure them out if you choose to do so, get them more even, but these are so made, you know, no one's going to be measuring, and if they are sad, sad people. So, as before, I will be trying these both hot and cold. Assuming these are tasty, these will be going to a party tomorrow, where I've got some friends who will hopefully try these. Okay. Now, we are going to do something slightly different to yesterday with our egg wash. We're just going to put a little bit along the sides, which apparently does help seal this. I didn't have any issues with the previous ones, but you know, we'll do what we can to make this as work as best as possible. Okay, we'll score these slightly. And then we're going to do the same again, but with the flakes. We'll keep these to one side. We've got a preheating oven, but I want to put them all in at the same time. So the oven is currently preheating to around 200 degrees Celsius, which is about 400 Fahrenheit, I believe. Okay, so let's get mixing. So as before, we want an even distribution of the spice. I'm using the word beat to see someone just get a mouthful of chilli. That's not our aim to do. We want people to enjoy these, and we want it to be consistent. So I don't want someone to say, "Oh, I can manage that," then eat a lot of it and end up like, well, on the toilet for the rest of the evening. So we'll just get this all mixed through. Okay. And as before, we will split this roughly into 4. Okay. Shape them into sausage shapes. as before. We'll get a bit of egg wash down to seal the pastry. Mold up. Flatten them slightly. I'm going to score these the other way. I'm also going to do 4 scores on the flakes. Okay, so I've got the oven preheating. I'm going to get these in now. I'm going to cook them for about 25 minutes. I want to keep an eye on them. If you're cooking them yourselves, obviously oven performance varies, so keep an eye on the cook, and you're looking for like a brown finish. Except, first up, we need to put our wash on the top. Well done. So I've whisked a little bit of smoked paprika into the egg wash. Try and integrate it as best as possible. Okay. Now we'll get it in to cook. So we'll be back in 25 minutes or so to see what the outcome is. Okay, welcome back. So these cooked for about 26 minutes. I did give an extra minute just for it to firm up a little. I've let them cool for about 5-6 minutes. So there's the hot taste test. So we'll go into the powdered one. So it says 3 stripes. Okay. Could have been a bit tighter, I think. There you go. Let's see how it tastes. Okay. So you can get a little bit of heat, but honestly not a lot. Oh, it does have a nice after tingle. That's not bad, that. Okay, I think next time I'll add probably double the amount of chili powder. Okay, so let's go for the chili flakes. You can see the speckles coming through. Let's give it a go. Okay, first thing to think is that is better. You get the heat earlier, as well as the aftertaste. So yeah, I think the chili flakes are better when it's hot, but I'm wondering if a mix would be better. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll let these cool, and we'll taste when cool, because obviously that's the majority of the time you're going to have them cold. So we'll be back once these are cold. Yeah, welcome back. Okay, so now we are going to test the cold ones. Let's start with the chili powder again. We need to work on that. Never mind. Let's go for the flavour. Tastes fine. You don't really get any heat until the you're swallowed, so you don't feel it in your mouth as such. So it takes a while for the heat to kick in. Let's try the flakes. Okay. I think you have the heat a little bit sooner with the flakes. I do think a combo of the flakes and the powder would actually give a better overall effect. That's something to try next time. I'll use a little bit more of each, and then I'll use a little bit more of each, and then we'll see how that goes. Okay, thanks for joining me. I don't think this has really settled anything, but it was an interesting experiment. If you do have any suggestions for future content, please let me know. I am going to be doing more of these, so if you enjoy this, please like, subscribe, etc. And I'll know to do more of these videos. Thank you.